So one of my rules is I don't do coffee or drink dates. Now, I understand that some women like this or prefer this because it's a quick turnaround, 30 to 45 minutes. If you don't like him, you can get out of there. It works for some people. If you like it, I love it. This video is not for you. Keep scrolling. However, for me, as for me and my household, we're going to have higher standards. I'm talking to this guy, and I'm going to read it to you because we've been talking for a couple days, and he started talking about meeting up. So he said, we should get together over some pear and lychee cocktails soon. And I said, that's really sweet, but I prefer dinner. I like to get dressed up. Now, I always try to say it nicely because I don't want to be like, I don't accept drink dates. Like, you don't have to be mean. You don't have to be, you can be nice about it. But I let's just say I prefer dinner because I like to get dressed up. And he said, I see. What type of places do you have in mind? So I sent him a list of places that I've been like wanting to try, all sorts of different budgets, okay? It ranges from like medium to a little bit higher, all different locations around the city, so he can choose like what works for him, you know, timing and budget wise. So I sent the list of places. He says, these places sound really nice. I think it'll be fun to get to know each other over some nicer dining options. Here it comes though. But I wanted to let you know up front that if we were to meet at one of those places, I'm comfortable splitting the check. I usually will do drinks or something on the simpler end for the first meetup to see if there's a connection first. So my thing is, I don't like the coffee or drink date because they're trying to audition you to see if you are worth an actual dinner. This is the thing for me. Like, I know men. The number one thing men are judging you off of is your looks, right? When they see you, they meet you, they're gonna be like, okay, how beautiful is she? Is she put together? Do I find her attractive, right? That's the number one thing. Your personality may come second, sure, but the first thing is how you look, right? So with that in mind, my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer costs $32, okay? Why would I put on a full face of expensive makeup, do my hair, make sure my nails are done, make sure there's no hair on my body, and then come and spend 2 hours of my time talking to you for an $8 coffee or a $16 cocktail? Be oh so for real. Let's take it even deeper. When women go out with a man that they do not know, they take a huge risk. Men are crazy, okay? Do you watch the news? Like 1 in 5 men are violent. He could unalive you, he could RAPE you, he could stalk you, he could harass you if he feels like it. Like, it is very dangerous, extremely dangerous. When you go out with a man, you have to share your location with your mom and your friend. You have to send a screen recording of his Hinge profile and the conversation that you guys had so that if you go missing, they have context. You have to text your friend every half an hour while you're with him to let her know that you haven't been beheaded. You have to take an Uber so that he doesn't know what kind of car you have, just in case he's crazy. And then when you get home, you have to text somebody to tell them that you made it home alive. Men aren't doing that. They don't have to worry when they meet a woman that they do not know that their lives will be in danger. Quite the contrary, men benefit from just being seen with you in public, okay? If you are beautiful, poised, well-dressed, it reflects well on him. People look at him and they think, oh wow, he must be the man. Ooh, he probably has money. You know what? He's probably a good guy if he can pull her. And this is especially so if you are more attractive than him. If he's fugly or he's overweight or he's short, they're like, oh yeah, he must have money in order to be able to pull a baddie like that. So my thing is like, what's in it for women? We've already spent more money than you by just putting our makeup on. We're in danger. Like, what's in it for us? So then all of that, plus this man is a pharmacist, okay? You mean to tell me you make upwards of $150,000 per year, but you can't take me to $120 to maybe $200 dinner, 2 drinks, an appetizer, 2 entrees, and a dessert? Like, and that kind of thing, look, men are supposed to be on their like best behavior when they're doing a first interaction with a woman. Like, that is when they are at their absolute best. So if he's being cheap now for a first interaction, he's gonna be cheap on your birthday, he's gonna be cheap on Christmas, like that kind of thing. That only gets worse, it never gets better. That is the type of man that's going to want you to work full time, pay half the rent when you guys move in together, do the majority of the housework because he doesn't want to hire a housekeeper, raise the kids, plan most of the things, and then after you do your 16-hour shift of labor, he's going to want you to be happy and sexy for him for his pleasure that night. Like, that's the kind of life you're looking at. So you know what? Good for this man for asserting his boundary. He did it very nicely, and it showed me what his like attitude or approach is when it comes to dating new women, and ultimately it gave me the opportunities to choose. And I have my boundaries too, so I chose to not accept it. And so I didn't respond or anything. I didn't like bargain with him or try to justify anything. I just quietly unmatched him because I wasn't gonna let him play in my face. But like, obviously if you're on TikTok, like, this is not irregular discourse. Like, this is very popular. Like, the Red Pill podcast men are always talking about like all of these things. So like, it's not uncommon. Like, men are trying to get away with this these days. They're trying to see what they can do. They're trying to get at you for less than $20. Okay, so the pharmacist tried to give me a coffee date on a Friday. Saturday, a surgeon took me to a beautiful dinner with a view. The next day after that, this other man took me to this food event where the tickets were $250 because he wanted us to have VIP. So don't feel scarce about it, because there are plenty of men, there are a plethora of men that would be more than happy to show you a good time. So never settle. Date until you find the best man for the job, and you got this. That's my TED Talk for the day. You didn't ask, but I felt like you would listen. Send this to one of your friends who needs to raise their standards, and tell me what you feel like in the comments.
Hello, and welcome back to The Femininity Tea, where we steep in all things feminine. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Today, we're discussing why coffee dates are the perfect first date for a feminine woman. Now, if you're just going on dates because you're hungry, or to make men pay because you're that girl, this video isn't for you. This is for marriage-minded women who are seriously looking for prospects. If you're in a casual dating phase and not interested in anything serious or specific, just go have your fun. But if you're taking a more serious approach to dating and want to find out if someone is worth your time without wasting any, then stay tuned. Coffee dates are the best first dates for keeping things short and sweet. I want to state this for the record. I don't care what TikTok personalities or fake gurus/dating coaches say. Some claim coffee dates are low effort and that you should require more. Feminine women are gracious and grateful. We're paying attention to the chemistry and character of the man. That's what you're there for. A first date doesn't determine your value. If you feel you need to be compensated for your time, then you're a working girl. Remember that viral clip of the Cheesecake Factory girl? In case you missed it, check it out.
Yes. Would you want me to open the door for you? Look. Are you're recording me?
Yeah. Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Oh, okay.
Okay. So,
yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date? Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. When you take out a beautiful woman and you're courting her, because I get courted. So you're courting her, right? You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her, cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree. I went into this date as I expect, with the expectations for myself.
In this viral clip, the woman acted like the Cheesecake Factory was beneath her, but viewers felt her behavior actually made her unworthy of the date. Why have dinner with a potential mismatch? The awkwardness of entertaining someone you know from the start you don't see a future with can be torturous. So many things can go wrong. Cringe moments, awkward silences, too much alcohol, forced conversations, and even triggers. While we can sometimes make the best of a situation, there are times when we just don't want to be bothered. Dinner dates often come with high expectations and added pressure. You're investing more time, money, and effort, which can make it feel like a bigger deal than it needs to be, especially if the chemistry isn't there. The formal setting of a restaurant can amplify any discomfort and make it harder to gracefully exit if things aren't going well. Coffee dates, on the other hand, offer a relaxed and low-pressure alternative. You don't have to worry about being stuck with a bill at the end if the guy is into splitting bills. The casual environment of a coffee shop provides a perfect backdrop for genuine conversation, allowing you to get to know your date in a more natural setting. You can engage with your date, discovering what he's looking for, and whether you're on the same page regarding important matters like life goals, values, and timelines. This setting allows for open and honest conversations without the formalities of a dinner date. By laying your cards on the table during a coffee date, you can quickly determine if there's potential for a second meeting. If there is, you know it's because you both share similar interests and intentions, which allows the encounter to progress naturally and smoothly. Coffee dates offer an easy exit if the date doesn't go well, allowing you to leave without feeling trapped in an extended meal. There's also the added flexibility. A coffee date can easily turn into a walk in the park or a visit to a nearby bookstore or whatever if things are going well. Choosing coffee over dinner for a first date also demonstrates practicality and respect for both parties' time. It shows that you're interested in getting to know each other without unnecessary pressure or expectations. If things click, you can always escalate to a more formal date later on, knowing that the foundation is already strong. So, as you're dating, consider opting for coffee. It's a great way to keep things light, manage meeting multiple matches, set realistic expectations, and ensure you're investing your time wisely, allowing a genuine connection to form, free from the constraints of a formal dinner setting and setting the stage for a relationship built on mutual appreciation and shared values is a great start. Also, here's a little tip I like to follow. Since coffee and dinner dates happen at different times of the day, I show up more natural and casual for coffee dates, giving my date a chance to see how I look on a daily basis. For dinner dates, I put on a dress, heels, and a bit of lipstick to really wow them and show how versatile and beautiful I am. So what do you think? Are you open for a coffee date? Thank you for watching. Leave a comment, stay feminine, and stay sweet.
Come to the femininity. Welcome to the place where we sip and share, where we steep in all things feminine. Whoa. Spilling the tea with grace and traditional insights, embracing femininity one video at a time. Embracing femininity one video at a time. Keep sipping on this femininity. Stay sweet, like, share, comment, and subscribe.